Residents of Kara village, a border community between Lagos and Ogun states, are still reeling in shock a day after a furious blaze swept through the area, leaving vast destruction in its trail. Scores of houses and kiosks were brought down by the fire, but no loss of life has so far been reported. Eyewitnesses say the fire started at about 7 p.m. and was caused by cooking fire and further inflamed by a nearby generating set. The fire service arrived at the scene about 3 hours after the fire started, exhausted their only tanker of water, then drove back to get more water while the fire raged on. A property worth millions of naira as well as valuable documents were lost to the inferno. But many residents now have been rendered homeless, and it's difficult to say exactly the number of houses lost to that inferno.
I work for that DMC. I come that side.
Yesterday, she started cooking some food inside her zanga. Before we realized, she jumped out with skirt and brazier, running the fire. When she's saying fire, she did not stop. Oh, fire, and running out. Before people will realize, 2, 3 shop, 5 shop have continued blasting. Many people, everybody lost many things here. But we just thank God say human being no die. Now only our thank God be that. But people lost many things here. Before 8 o'clock in the evening, reach this morning, if you look at the area, fire is still coming. When the fire service came here, houses have already vanished. From Lagos here, we do not see any house service. From Ogun State, we don't see any of them. After the thing have blow finish, before we saw them.
Officials from Ogun State and the Southwest Emergency Agency are on an on-the-spot assessment of Kara village, most of which was razed by the inferno. Now they say the displaced persons are not legal occupants, but will still provide the necessary support for them. The Ogun State Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Engineer Bayo Fari, was surprised at the existence of the community under a major interstate access bridge linking the Lagos and Ogun State territories. However, the Southwest Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, Mr. Iola Akonde, has asked for more synergy between the two states in the case of such disasters. He said the scene of the incident, though it falls under Ogun State purview, but is more accessible to Lagos, shouldn't be allowed to exist.
I have my doubts, and that's why my people are here, whether you got any approval to do all of this. We do not know what was here. I have not been here before. I'm surprised that we have a village here. So what we're going to do is that our people will do everything possible to assist those who are displaced in the interim to make sure that there is comfort. But we're going to work with you to see that normalcy is returned at a short possible time. Obviously, I mean, unless you prove that on the contrary, they are just illegal occupants, more or less. Sir, you had approval for all of this?
We can't argue for that, sir.
They were illegal things.
We can't argue for that.
All the same, the government and people of Ogun State are with you.
Thank you, sir.
This is a fire disaster too many. We have recorded about 4 in the past 2 months in the Lagos environment. Even though this is just about a kilometer outside the territory of Lagos, so it has come under the purview of Ogun State government. But what my advice here is that because of the sprawl of Lagos State and the settlement onto Ogun State land by people who are principally working in Lagos State, there should be a serious synergy between the two state governments so that when such things happen, there can be prompt response. Because this place is closer to Lagos than to Abeokuta. This is a place that should have been renewed and mapped out properly for Nigerians to occupy. We should not leave people to their own fate, because when it happens, we will be running from pillar to post. So what we are saying is that this kind of shanty should not be allowed to stand any longer in any part of the country.